Hello friends, my name is Akshat and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video I've tried to explain the concept of reasoning ability. That is the first section of the TCS NQT sample test. So let's move on to the first question. So it's saying that the two figures on the left of the sign double colon are related in a certain way. The same relationship holds good for the second pair of figures on the right side. Okay, so it is basically saying that this particular side at this before this side, these two pictures are related to each other in some way, and I have to find the same relation and figure out this question mark. Okay, so you must be getting what I want to say. So to understand, if you look at this figure, the first figure correctly, you will find that this figure and this figure, it's little rotated. See, this figure is rotated towards this direction, east direction, and it forms this picture. So this means that first picture it's rotated towards right side, that is in the direction of clockwise direction. So similarly, if we will rotate this also, then we will get it in this way. Okay. So you can see that it is first in the diamond form, and when you rotate it towards right, that is by an angle of, you can say, 45 degree, since it's a little rotation only, then you will form a square shape. Okay, so by looking at the option you can see that uh, this option and this option, it's now gone, because these two options cannot fulfill this, because we need a square, so only these two options are remaining. Okay, so now which one we have to decide. If you even look at these options closely, you can see the only difference between these two options is the inner side, the inner square. In this one is diamond, and in this one it is a square shape. Okay, so now you have to see at this figure. Suppose when you will rotate this figure towards the right direction, that is clockwise direction, then what would be the shape of this one? If it's formed from diamond to square, then the inner shape would form from square to the diamond shape. Okay, so now you get that the inner shape should be diamond. Okay, and which one of these is diamond? This one is diamond. So the correct option for this question is option B. Let's move on to the second question. So the second question says, a medical representative plans to visit 6 doctors A, B, C, D, E, and F, one doctor per day, during a week from Monday to Saturday. Okay. So it's basically a sitting arrangement type question. Uh, the first condition says he visited D on Monday. No, sorry, he visited D on the day just before the day he visited B. So what does this mean? This means that D will come first and B will come later. Why? Because he visited D on the day. Suppose he visited D on the day just before the day he visited B. Okay, so it's want to saying that he visited D before the day he visited B. So D will come before B. Okay, so first option is written. Now what's saying second option? Second is saying he visited C on Monday. Okay, first let's write down which one is which. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, it's saying only Monday to Saturday, so Saturday is not there. Okay. So this is saying he visited C on Monday. So the doctor visited C on Monday. So this C will definitely come here. So third point is saying he did not visit F on either Tuesday or Saturday. So it's saying that doctor did not visit F either here, neither here, neither on Tuesday nor on Saturday. Okay. So what's the fourth point? He visited A on the day before he visited E. See, again it's the same condition. He visited D. He visited A on the day before the day he visited E. That means E will come later. That means that he visited E and he visited A when before E. So this is another condition. Okay. Now what the fifth point says, it says he visited D on some day after he visited A. Okay. So it's basically saying that he visited D on some day after he visited A. That is, A would come before D. Okay. Because he visited D after A. So now you know if it D comes here, then B will come here, and if A comes here, then E come here from these two conditions, because A and E are together and D and B are together. So it's like this. There's a gap between these two, and I have to set them on this particular list. Okay. So if I will make A, E and D, B here, okay, so you can see that this is the only possibility because F cannot sit here. So we will make A and E here, and there is some definitely some gap because the condition is same. So D and B here. So the only setting left for F is that doctor will visit F on Thursday. So now the question says which doctor did he visit on Saturday? So on Saturday it's B. So this is the correct option for this question. B. Okay. Let's move to the third question. So this says a statement is followed by two assumptions numbered 1 and 2. Consider the statement and decide which of the given assumption is or are implicit in the statement. So this is the statement. In spite of several efforts by the environmentalist, some of the rarest species of bird are on the brink of extinction. So the statement is basically saying that even when the environmentalists are trying to save the species of bird, then also they are getting extinct. Okay, so let's check which assumption is correct. uh, First assumption says that people in general do not care for birds and engage in action that threaten the survival of certain bird species. So it's nowhere written that people are engaging or they are harming the birds. So first assumption is definitely incorrect. Okay, let's see the second condition. Whether or not environmentalists care, every species would be extinct in course of time. Okay, so here basically see the trick part of this assumption. Some of you will think that second assumption is almost correct or it is correct, but it's not actually true, because see in the statement it's saying that in spite of several efforts by environmentalists, some of the rarest species of birds. Okay, so it's saying that some of the rarest species of birds are getting extinct, and this second statement is saying that every species would be extinct in course of time. So here it's saying of rarest species and here it's saying of every species. So assumption second is also false. So the correct option would be neither 1 nor 2 is implicit. So this is the correct option. Hope you got my point. Let's move on to the last question. Okay. So it says that three shops A, B and C sold cars in January, February and March. The total number of cars sold in this 3-month period by A, B and C were 460, 320 and 500. Okay, let's write somewhere 460, 320 and C equals to 500. Okay. Both A and C sold the same number of cars in January. Okay, A and C same in Jan. The number of cars sold by A and C in March was also the same. A and C same in March. A sold 120 cars in February. Okay, there's a direct data also given. A sold 120 cars in February. Okay, I'll write it down here. Which was half of the numbers of cars sold by C in March. So it's saying that this particular 120 number is half of what? Half of the cars sold by C in March. So basically this means that C has sold 120 into 22 in month of March. So it's saying that C sold 240 cars in March. Okay, so let's fill this data also here. both A and B sold exactly the same number of cars in February. Okay, so it's saying, wait a minute. A and B same in Feb. The ratio of the number of cars sold by B in January and March was 1:4. Okay, so the ratio is given for B, that Jan is to March equals to 1:4. Okay, so we have written all the points correctly here. Let's see what data can be fetched from here. Okay, so it says that A and C same in Jan and A and C same in March. So if A and C same in March, so March is C sold 240 cars in March, so A will also sell 240 cars in March. Okay. Now here we can fetch the data of cars sold by A in January, since we have been provided with this data, that A equals to 460 total cars he sold in 3 months. So what we'll do, we'll simply 460 minus 120 minus 240, that will give me 100. So A sold 100 cars in January, and here the condition is saying that A and C sold same number of cars in January, so C also sold 100 cars in the month of January. Now you can see that we can from here fetch the value, how much car has been sold by C in the month of February. Okay, so here we can see uh, total number is 500 minus 240 minus 100, that is equal to 160. So C sold 160 cars in February. Okay, and here it's saying A and B same in March, same in Feb. So the cars sold by B in February is also same as sold by A. Now what data needs to be filled? We need to fill this data and this data, that is J is to March. So we have been provided with this data also, that Jan is to March equals to 1:4. So what basically it means, that suppose the total number of cars sold by Jan in the ratio, it's in the January and March is X. So, and then you can say that 1x plus 4x equal to plus 120. So this is the total number of cars, 1x plus 4x plus 120. And what is the value of this? The value of this is 320, as given in the statement, 320. So when you will solve, then you will get like 5x equals to 200, therefore x equals to 40. Okay, so when x equals to 40, then you can simply say that number of cars sold by B in January is 1x, then it is 40, and number of cars sold by B in March is 4x, that is 160. Okay, so by this you got the whole data. So now what you have to simply do, you have to simply calculate the total sum. Wait, let me make another column also. Total. So 100 plus 40 plus 100, 400, 120 plus 120 plus 160, that is all 400, and 240 plus 160 plus 240, this is equals to 640. Now when you will try to find the ratio, you have to just get it into the simplified form, as simple you can do it. That is, yes. So the 0, 0, 0 gets cancelled from every side. This will be divided by 2, uh, 2 and 2. This can further be divided by 2, that is 6, 10, 16, and it can further be divided by 2. That gives you 3, 5 and 8. So the correct answer of this question is 3:5. So I hope that you like my explanation. If you do like it, then hit the like button and share this video with all your friends also, and also subscribe to this channel. If there are any other queries related to TCS and QT, you may write it down in the comment section given below, and I'll try to post more questions and more answers related to other sections also, numerical ability and verbal ability. So that's all. Thank you for watching this video.